17-4, and then what did you guys do to change that?
The biggest thing was the turnovers. I mean, we did a great job in the first half defensively of keeping them out of transition. They play faster than anybody in the league, and we had, I think, 5 turnovers at halftime. They had maybe 4 fast break points. They had 20 fast break points in the second half, most of it off of some careless turnovers. I think we had 10 turnovers in the second half. So a lot of turnovers. I thought Draymond was great all night, and then I think the lack of game minutes over the last couple of weeks may have caught up to him a little bit early in the fourth. He just looked a little bit tired, and sometimes fatigue can lead to some turnovers, and he had a few of them right at the beginning of the fourth. And then he came back in and did a great job down the stretch defensively. So we righted the ship just by staying solid and taking care of the ball.
How exciting was it to watch that front court you had out there with
Yeah, they're really good, and we had tremendous energy in the first half. The building was electric, and that's a good young team over there. And they continued to fight, and they really took it to us in the second half. Turned into a great game.
You mentioned pregame you wanted to see more of the bell with Draymond and KD out there. I mean, a night like tonight kind of punctuate that you need to see him with those two more.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan obviously had a huge game, and when you play a young athletic team like the Lakers, who are playing small all over the floor, you have to have that type of versatility. You got to be able to guard inside and out, and that's what Jordan does. KD does it. Draymond does it. So it's nice to have that across the board on your front line.
And you've spoken about Jordan's potential before. Was this the game that you were waiting to see from him?
I think it didn't shock me. I mean, it's not like I've been waiting for it. I was waiting to play him with KD and Draymond to see, because I think the reason he had 20 and 10 is because there was so much space. The Lakers were playing every passing lane and trying to get out into our ball handlers, and so he was just roaming and had plenty of easy hoops, and that's what we were kind of waiting to see with that combination. So I thought that was great, but he was really impressive. Did a great job.
So not a coincidence there that it came alongside.
Yeah, no coincidence. I think I think with that kind of speed, with the spacing, and we'll see when Steph gets back if we can play that lineup a little bit too. And the way the league is, it's getting smaller and faster, and more three-point shooting. There's still a place for the big centers, and we need all of ours. And there's going to be games where we're going to have to battle big guys down low, and then there's going to be a lot of games, more games like tonight, where it's three-point shooting everywhere, and it's a drive and kick game, and you need that smaller center.
Hey Steve, what common threads have you noticed in these 3 games from the Lakers and their ability to make all of them pretty competitive?
Well, Lonzo Ball likes to shoot against us. Apparently he can't shoot against anybody else, but he shoots against us. So every time we play them, it seems like pregame people are saying what's wrong with his shot. I'm like, I don't know. He makes all of his threes against us. So I really like him. He's a really good player. He generates a beautiful tempo and pace to the game. He's unselfish, and I like their group. Ingram and Kuzma. Josh Hart's a nice player. They got a good young group, and Luke's doing a great job with them.
Coach, back to Bell. How has this game kind of evolved? Like, he's always had the athleticism, but kind of thinking the game through. How is he involved from that standpoint?
The biggest thing with Jordan is just continuing to learn the NBA game. It really is a different game, and he wasn't like the superstar at 13. I mean, he was kind of a late bloomer and came along really well at Oregon. He's an interesting player because he's got good instincts, but he has to kind of learn the patterns. Once he sees the patterns, then he really is instinctive, making plays and helping. And that's one of the reasons we brought him along slowly, is we wanted to make sure he was seeing these patterns at both ends of the floor. Offensively, catching the ball in the pocket and making plays, and then defensively, seeing all the rotations and knowing where to be.
Steve, just to have the extra couple of bodies and reinforcements in a game that with that kind of tempo, how important was that?
Oh, it's huge. I don't think we win that game without Andre and Draymond, and just the the number of players we had available. I thought Nick Young and Omri came in and did a really good job for us. It's great to have Draymond back after his absence. I mean, he brings an energy to the game that otherwise was lacking, I think, last game. But both he and Andre, coming off injury and illness, we needed both of them.
McCall was in the closing lineup for Andre. Is that Andre flu, maybe recovery, or were you wanting to see McCall in that closing group?
Both. I thought Andre struggled a little bit. Such a rare game for him. He had 4 turnovers, and clearly he was affected by his illness. And so we were weighing. We took him out at his usual spot mid 4th quarter. We usually go back to him for the final few minutes, and we were just waiting to see, how Patty did, and he was great. We got a nice little tempo. We made a couple big plays down the stretch, and I like leaving young players out there down the stretch of big games just to, make sure they feel it, and it's a good way to progress.
Is that it?
All right.
Great, thank you.
Is there
Jordan will be
any
in here in
clarity at
just a
this
second.
point of tomorrow with back-to-backs, any rest for any guys?
At this point, no. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
Jordan will be in here in just a second.